Hi there, this is Bravo 1 with Bravo Team Airsoft. I received a parcel today in the post. It was a day late birthday present, let's call it. It's just come in the post after ordering it on the 24th when it was my birthday. And I've got something that I was uncertain whether I wanted to get it and whether I did. And it is the Tokyo Maruie Recoil Shock AK47. As you probably know from the massive wall behind me, I have a dozen or so AK47. This now makes my 6th version of the AK47, obviously the different versions. But with Kalashnikov bases, I have now 6 different versions, so I thought I'd do a quick review on what I think of this so far. So this is the box it comes in, basically bog standard, but it looks a bit like an armoury crate, so it's kind of cool. And then I'll take the lid off, and this is how it comes. So the presentation of it, as you can see, is pretty good. It's got like a mesh canvasy type material in the background, which makes it stand out a bit more like an armoury depot type weapon. It comes with this little box down here. It's got different parts in it. It's mostly just bric-a-brac. Normally when I watch these kind of videos, I don't tend to pay too much attention to this sort of stuff, but for those that are interested, I'll tell you. It's got this little flash cover on it, which no one in the UK can imagine using whatsoever. Comes with a few BBs, not sure what they are. Just comes with a little wrench socket and then some adapters for the magazines, as I'll talk about in a minute. So that's what comes in the little box. Looks like an old Weber type box that you'd see in the armoury from like the 60s, 70s and 80s. And then the gun itself, which is the AK47 as it is. Now the only problem I've got with this gun, from what I can tell so far, is the furniture. It has plastic furniture, which is a bit of a letdown, because if you're anything like me, you like it to be as realistic as you can get it. Now, TM has always been known for having plastic guns. Brilliant internals, externals pretty crap. I have a M16A1 back there that's a full metal version that I built myself with TM internals and then put a metal body on it. Now with this, it is actually metal. All the receiving parts, the barrel, trigger, everything is all metal, as you'd expect on a real one. The only thing that lets it down is the furniture. You've got your grip, your handguard and your stock. It's all plastic. Now granted, it is a decent looking plastic. From a distance, I don't think anyone will be able to tell. If any of you can tell that this is plastic, then comment and tell me so. But most people I know of can't tell this is plastic. I didn't know this was plastic until I got to the point where I got it out of the box. So it's the only thing that's letting it down. But it may be possible to replace some of the parts with a wood kit, which I may do later on. The stock and the grip you probably can replace. The front handguard maybe not so, because the front handguard is specially made this way because the battery goes in here instead of here or here as they normally do on AKs, other than the G&G version I've got, which is actually here but not in the access that you pull this out and this comes off. Other than that, I like it. I like the weight, I like the balance. I haven't tested it with the bolt as of yet because I've got to wire it to Dean's, as all these are on Tamiya and all our team's guns. I mean, everyone has got them on Dean's. There's not one member of our team that does not have their gun wired to Dean's, so we can all use the same batteries should a problem arise and we need to borrow batteries, or guns in general. So that's why I haven't actually tested this firing wise, but I thought I'd do an out of the box review. Next thing's the magazine, which is a bit unique. It's a bit different from the other AK kind of mags. I have a Claymore bag here, which I tend to keep spare mags in, because the problem with running an AK for Vietnam is there's never enough places to keep magazines. So as you can see, this is a standard mag. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's one of your common AK mags, and then this is your TM mag. As you can see, they are a bit different. There's a big loop on the front of it. So to put the magazine in, this is pretty easy. It goes in really smooth, really quick. It's reliable. There's not really much wobble. It works quite brilliantly. I'm quite impressed with the mag as it is. Now the mag's got that sort of lip on it, the way it's designed, so that the bolt actually works. Now, as I said before, there is an adapter for it, these, so you can plug one of these into it and it takes pretty much any AK magazine. So if I take this one out that it comes with and I put one of these adapters in it, it wants to go in, it shall then lock on underneath, and then basically it's like any other standard AK. It'll take any kind of magazine, but the problem is the bolt won't do its normal function as it should do because it has a different kind of magazine. Now, I have maybe 10 to 12 standard AK-47 magazines like this when we have in so many AKs. I even have a drum magazine, which I normally have on the RPK itself. So the only problem I've got with this is, yeah, I can use all my magazines with it if I'm okay with not having the bolt back, which again we'll not talk about that as I have other AKs, but I got this specifically because of the bolt action. But some of these magazines still don't fit, so even with the adapter that fits. But with a few different versions, now I have different makes of, I couldn't even tell you what kind of makes I have, but some of the versions of magazines I have don't fit, like so, won't click in. Now in any other AK these two magazines will fit, but for some reason the adapter on this AK won't fit. So if it says it'll take any standard magazine, it won't. I found that about 3 out of the 12 magazines I have, all being mix and match makes mind, don't work in this gun, they don't fit. Now not that it's much relevance to me, as I'm going to go out and buy a lot of the TM magazines so I can use it with the proper bolt function, plus I think this clicks in faster and quicker. So for use wise, taking fire, I ideally recommend to use the proper magazines as opposed to these type of mags, which is what I'm going to do. So that's about all I can say for it as of so far. I'm quite pleased with it. I don't know what the FPS is as of yet. I don't know what the function is or what the reliability is up until I use it at a game. But I thought as soon as I just got out of the box, I'd do an out of the box review. Now this is the first one of these I've done, I don't think ever, on YouTube on this channel. Even from the previous channel, I don't actually think I ever did any videos that I get them out of the box and explain them. I just tend to get them and I post pictures, or it's a matter of I show you the entire collection together. So I'm hoping this has turned out okay for everyone. It's pretty basic, but we thought we'd start putting some more effort into the new channel. So again, this is Bravo 1 from Bravo Team Airsoft. Thanks for watching.